These 57th Annual Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. That's Trevor Bayne, and he drives the number 6 Advocare Ford for Roush Fenway Racing. Trevor, congratulations on a great qualifying effort. Talk about your car, talk about the new lower downforce package, and then also how that translated into an outstanding qualifying effort for you here this afternoon.
Well, thank you. Obviously, this comes with a lot of work that Roush Fenway Racing has been putting into our cars for this season. Last season wasn't a reflection of work ethic at all. It was just a reflection of being a little bit behind. So this season, we're really looking forward to this low downforce package, as we've talked about over the off season. We felt like that our best races were at the low downforce tracks, Kentucky and Darlington. So everybody that's wondering what's going on at Roush Fenway Racing, a lot of hard work and a lot of attention to detail. We had a meeting last week talking about execution. Everybody's intentions are right. Everybody wants to go fast. Everybody wants to win races, but now we've got to execute and make sure we make these fast Fords last. I feel like in practice we had maybe a top 15 car. Definitely didn't see that second on the first run out there. Kind of surprised me a little bit when Matt came over the radio and said, P2, good job, buddy. So I was excited to hear that. Seems like our cars have some speed. Drivability is really similar to what we've battled with in the past. It just has a little bit more speed in it. So we'll see if we can make it last for 500 miles.
Questions for Trevor Bayne, raise your hand. Kenny Bruce, right here front row.
Kenny Bruce, NASCAR.com. I don't want to start off with a mean question, but when's the last time you were in a media center?
It's been a while, and it was probably not for anything performance related. So we're really excited for that. And I was talking to Jamie Little after qualifying, and my previous best was 29th here. So to qualify 4th, that's a pretty big improvement, and we look to hang on to that. Watching Matt Pusha last year, he and Greg were able to do some things that other cars weren't able to do in our group, and so I've really been looking forward to working with him personally. I feel like I got a great group of guys around me, from my car chief, engineer, spotter. We've done a lot of revamping there, but we're just the guys that go to the racetrack, so it comes from all the work back at the shop on cars and bodies and attention to detail like I talked about.
Yeah. How frustrating was it to go through that?
Man, it's tough. People aren't on the ground going through it with you from the media side of things, or fans. They just see your results, right? And they want to beat you down and say, what's going on? They think you just kick back on the couch and hang out and go to the racetrack and run 29th. And that's not what we do. We work as hard as anybody does and put in the time and effort and do all the right things that we can do. We just got to get our cars faster. And, one of the things that's been preached to us from Kevin Kidd, Robbie Reiser, Jack Roush is execution. They say, our cars are going to get better. We're going to work through it. We're going to get our cars faster. And when those times come, we got to be able to execute. And I feel like we did that today. We had a fast race car. We went out and got a top 5 starting spot. So now with our practice tomorrow, we got to make use of that time, make sure our car will last, like I keep talking about. It was really tight, so I got to make sure I keep the right front on it. And, I'm really proud of these guys, because it's really hard to go through a season like we went through last year from a group, from everybody at Roush Fenway Racing. The guys that go to the shop at 6:30 every morning and go and watch the TV on Sunday and see their cars running like that, it's disheartening. So this is a really good shot in the arm. Stenhouse is 6, so it's not just a one fluke deal. I think we've got some speed in our cars, so it comes from a lot of effort and getting through the hard times. And we'll have hard times to come. Everybody does, but I think we can fight through it as a group.
Let's go to the far right against the wall, and then we'll finish over here with Chris. 2 more.
Jacob Seelman, 3 Wide Life. Trevor, first off, how big a motivator is this for you and for your team? And then how does it change the mindset? Because it's been so difficult over the last year for you guys to get the really good starting position in the front of the field. How does it change that mindset for the early stages of the race?
Well, this is motivating because we know we can do it now, right? We get the cars and the right pieces under us, and we can do it as a team. And the starting spot, we've seen these races be so tough to pass. Atlanta is a little bit unique because as the tires wear out, we saw Jimmy Johnson and some of those guys last year drive from the back. You can do it a little bit here, but it always makes your day better when you've got that clean air up front. Long run stuff does pay a big deal here, though, so that's what we'll work on. But man, it's just like I said, a huge shot in the arm for these guys that go in and work so many hours, and for myself that sit here and have to look at Twitter or Instagram or whatever and watch all these people talking bad about us, and they don't realize the effort that we're putting in. So it's great. It's motivating, and we'll keep fighting.
Take one more question right here, Chris.
Chris Knight, CatchFans.com. Trevor, this is your best qualifying effort at Roush Fenway Racing on a non-restrictor plate track. What will you focus on tomorrow for practice to make sure you can stay up front on Sunday? And did you guys practice qualifying during practice today?
We did do 3 qualifying runs at the end of practice. We started in race trim, and the biggest issue that we fought was tight. You don't want to be tight here at Atlanta. It chews up that right front tire, and my loosest run all day was the first qualifying run out there when we were second, and so it shows that there's speed in being loose here. We just got to make the tires stay on the thing for the long run. A short run car is great, but long run's what wins the race, and so that's what we're going to work on tomorrow. Matt and I have talked a lot about it, and we'll come up with a plan to do that.
Trevor, congratulations on a
Thank you,
strong
guys.
showing today, and good luck the rest of the weekend.
Thanks. Hope to see you all again sometime soon.